Hi everyone, welcome. FPLMattDay here, and this is my wildcard draft for those managers who are looking to wildcard ahead of Game Week 7. Please get your comments in with any questions or thoughts leading into Game Week 7, any wildcard questions or any thoughts on the team that I've created for you guys. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. Be sure to like this video as well. But look, let's get straight into it. I want to show everyone my favorite draft ready for Game Week 7 if you are looking to push and activate that wildcard button. So I've used FPL Transfer Planner as usual. Let's start with my goalkeeper, and it would have to be Areola at 4.2 million, home to Sheffield United in Game Week 7. But regardless of having a good fixture on Game Week 7, he's a great option for the season. West Ham have been on good form. He's making plenty of saves, and he's a cheap option as well in goal. So he's my goalkeeper choice. Let's go into my defence. And it's a back four for this week. And Botman on that far side. He fits in there. Bear in mind, this team, with the players I've got in there, only has 0.1 million in the bank. That's based on my team value that I had. Some people's might be a bit more. They might have a bit more in their budget. Some others might be less. But Botman, for me, best value Newcastle defender right now. You need one of them in with their run. Then Kabore, he goes in there for now. Away to Everton, home to Burnley in a double game week. So it gives you a cheap, flexible £4 million defender for this double game week. Estupiñán stays in there. I wouldn't be selling him. He's shown even when Brighton concede goals, he's so dangerous with a goal and an assist threat in him in a very high-performing Brighton team. And then Saliba, I think if you've got him, look to keep him. It gives you that Arsenal defensive coverage, for at least the remainder of the year until the new wildcard. Or if you want to obviously transfer him out, if Arsenal do continue to ship goals, which they've done. But it's a good fixture against Bournemouth. I wouldn't remove him for that one at this stage. So let's go into my midfield. And let's just quickly go down a little bit there. Just zoom out. So here's my midfield. James Maddison and Saka are both in there. They do have some injury clouds ahead of them for Game Week 7. So I'll show you some alternative options once I reveal the whole squad. But if they're not injured, they've got to both be in there. Maddison with a great fixture on coming up. He's on form. Saka, season keeper. Salah as well. You've got to pay the money to get Salah in if you're on a wild card. Just like Son as well. There's obviously a bit of concern having those three players all in the same game. But we saw between Spurs and Arsenal, if you had Maddison, Son and Saka, you were doing really well because there's a lot of goals in Tottenham games at the moment. Likewise, Liverpool as well. So Son, playing as a striker, you've got to have him in there. And then on the far side, Diaby from Villa. He's shown great form this season. Villa have a great fixture run from Game Week 8 onwards with some really nice fixtures. So get him in ready for a wild card. So let's go into my striker option. And I've gone with the 4-5-1. Haaland is really all you need if you are playing this wild card this week. Way to Wolves, captain's armband. So certainly the player to keep and target for this week. Don't sell him. I know there's people talking about selling him. I would not sell Erling Haaland. No chance. Once you have him in, he's difficult to bring back with his value as well, especially once you've played your wild card. So let's go to my bench. And Turner, another cheap goalkeeper, under 4.5 million. He's in there. Home game this week. You can rotate him with Areola. Again, it's going to get save points in the odd clean sheet as well. Udogie from Spurs, he's a must-have if you're on a wild card. Luton in Game Week 8 as well, and a favourable run for Spurs coming up. Archer as well, very cheap striker, starts for Sheffield United, so someone that I think is worth having in. And the final one, I've got Mubama there, just a cheap striker. You can change him for a £4.5 million striker if you like, but the bench is relatively cheap. It doesn't give you a huge amount of options, but there's still a goalkeeper that you can rotate. There's Udogie that you can rotate. So let's quickly just move on to see what this looks like in further game weeks quickly. Game week 8. So there's a flexibility there to play Archer or to play Udogie. So if you go here, you play Udogie instead of Kabore. You might want to play Archer instead of Estupiñán in game week 8. Or even Estupiñán there instead of Saliba. And then in game week 9, you're still looking very well pressed on this one. Look, Botman home, Udogie home, SG Pan. If you don't want to play him, you can then play Kabore away to Forest. Look, Archer plays against Man United, but still, it's an option there. Shipping goals anyway. Turner home to Luton, Maddison home to Fulham, Salah home to Everton. Some really good fixtures here. Diaby with a home game, Haaland with his home game. So there's plenty of options going forward over the next few game weeks. But let's go back to game week 7. And if we do have the news that Saka is out injured, for me, I think you can exchange him out for another man here in form in Jared Bowen. He's been on absolute fire of late. And then if we do get, obviously, news with Maddison being injured, I think, obviously, losing your Arsenal asset there in Saka, you could bring in Odegaard. He's a really good alternative option. So that's an alternative team on screen if we do have injuries to Maddison and Saka. But let's put Maddison and Saka back in for now. And here on screen, let's get Saka back in there. Here on screen is what the full squad looks like if you use this wildcard all ready for game week 7. So let me know what you think in the comments of this wildcard. Are you playing your wildcard? Let me know also in the comments. Please give this video a like, subscribe if you're new here, and stay tuned for plenty of content leading up to game week 7. I'm FPLMattDay. Like I said, stay tuned, like the video, subscribe if you're new here, and good luck for game week 7. Hopefully this wildcard has been helpful for you, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.